తెప్పిమనండి, మేము ఒప్పుకుంటాం. మా అబ్బాయి తప్పు చేస్తే వాళ్ళు సాక్ష్యాలు తెప్పిమనండి, మేము ఒప్పుకుంటాం.
తప్పు చేయకపోయినా కానీ జరిగింది కాబట్టి వ్యక్తిగత కారణాల జరిగిందని చెప్పి తప్పు చేయకపోయినా తప్పు చేసినట్టు
అది అలా చేస్తున్నారు. వ్యక్తిగత క్షమక్షలని
కాళ్ళు పట్టాల్సి
పూర్తిగా ఈ కేసు హ్యాండిల్ చేయమని చెప్పవచ్చు. ఫోన్ నెంబర్ ఫోన్ నెంబర్ ప్రారంభ చేశాను. మీరు ఏ థ్రెట్నింగ్ కావచ్చు, ఎవరు ఇబ్బంది పెట్టే కార్యక్రమం డైరెక్ట్గా సుధాకర్కి ఫోన్ చేసి కాల్ చెప్పారు. సుధాకర్ని హైకోర్టులో చేసేసి అన్ని దగ్గర నుంచి ఇమీడియట్గా మాట్లాడి అన్ని రకాలుగా ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఇస్తాం. హైకోర్టు నుంచి అన్ని రకాలుగా ఏమేమి ప్రొటెక్షన్ తీసుకురావాలని అన్ని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇస్తాం. చదువు కోర్టు అన్ని రకాల సుధాకర్ ఫాదర్ ఏ స్థితిలో వచ్చినా పెద్ద చేస్తాం.
ఫస్ట్ నా బిడ్డలు టార్గెట్ చేశారు. ఆయన్ని కాస్త మార్చితే కానీ అందరు భయపడాలని అలా అవతలికి పంపాడు.
వివేకించాలి. చేసే కొద్ది ప్రజల్లో ఇంకా ఎక్కువ కసి పెరుగుతుంది. ప్రభుత్వానికి ప్రభుత్వం మీద వ్యతిరేకంగా ఎక్కువ కసి పెరుగుతుంది. చేస్తే మంచి చేయాలి, మంచి చేసి ప్రజల దగ్గర ఏదన్నా మంచి సంపాదించుకోండి. నెంబర్లు రాయడం సుధాకర్ కృష్ణరెడ్డి మన పాతగా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆ సుధాకర్ తనకే
కరెక్ట్ సార్ మొహం కోసం కొంచెం ఒక స్టెప్ నువ్వు ఒక స్టెప్ పక్కనే అదే మధ్యలో
ప్లేస్ అమౌంట్ ఇంటికి పోవచ్చు.
ఇవన్నీ కూడా సార్ చెప్పినవన్నీ నేను కూడా
కొంచెం 2 నిమిషాలు ఇట్లా వెనక్కి లైవ్ కొంచెం బ్యాక్
అల్లాడినట్టు ఎవరు అల్లాడమన్నాయి అదే మా బాబు
మీరు దిగండి లేకపోతే మీరు దిగండి
వస్తారన్నా మీరు కొంచెం ఇప్పుడు ముందుకెళ్ళి ఆల్రెడీ దిగలేదు నేను
current government is trying to propagate. This boy is an innocent. This boy is working in a wine shop. He's just an ordinary employee there. That is his lifestyle. An ordinary employee working in a wine shop, having nothing to do with no. I mean, I would rather say there is no faction there. There is no incident of these people murdering somebody or which warrants the other party to actually be killing somebody like this. Doesn't warrant any of those things. He is just an ordinary activist, probably YSRCP, probably activist at best, and is an ordinary employee in a wine shop. This is background. And to create a fear psychosis, somebody actually goes to the extent of chopping somebody right on the main road, and that too while everybody is watching at 7:30 or so, and even in the evening, in front of everybody's eyes, what kind of rule is prevalent here? Literally, and what are the cops doing and what are the cops saying? None of these things are. These people don't even have the minimum courtesy to at least register proper cases. Man, this boy who was murdered, and the person who actually murdered is literally feeding a cake piece to MLA's wife. God knows what the occasion is, but this is that kind of intimacy this person shares with the family of the MLA, and this is the photograph of the MLA along with this boy also, and this is the related photographs as well. So just because they wanted to propagate fear, because they are failing on their promises. It's already been 45 days since this regime has come. They have made so many false promises, and because of these false promises, the government is losing faith in public. So they want to divert this topic, create fear psychosis amongst the people. So far, in these 45 days alone, 31 deaths took place, and more than 300 attempt to murders took place. In these 45 days alone, more than 560 and odd properties, private properties were destroyed, vandalized, shops were burnt, houses were destroyed, even these plantations like sweet lime and these kind of plantations were destroyed. Almost 560 and odd such incidents took place. More than 490 government premises also, where my name apparently was there on the foundation stones or whatever, even those were also destroyed. And literally this kind of atmosphere is prevalent in more than 1059 various incidents which took place in the state, where people were attacked, people were hit for no reason, just to create fear psychosis. Whatever Chandrababu Naidu is trying to do, it will hit back on him terribly.
So you've always talked about how what goes back comes back in a multitude. Right now, you've written a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well, seeking importance not only on this violent case but also several other violent cases. Any plans of you going to meet him and discuss the kind of status here in Andhra Pradesh?
Absolutely, no, because even just yesterday, on one side, such incident takes place. On the other side, our MP is not even permitted to tour his own constituency. And while he was doing so, while he was in another MP, who also happens to be in the same town, which is part of the MP's constituency, he was just talking to them, and the house was geared out, and house stone pelting took place. The Redappa, who was earlier the parliament member, his car was burnt, and Mithun, the sitting Lok Sabha MP Mithun Reddy, all his cars were destroyed. And what kind of fear psychosis are they trying to project here? So we have written a letter to the Honorable Prime Minister as well on this particular issue, sought an appointment with him. We have also sought an appointment with the Home Minister as well as President. Also, we would be seeking an appointment, but the Prime Minister's appointment has already been sought. And we would definitely go explain all these issues with them. Not only that, we would also stage a dharna there in Delhi. In Delhi, we will take all the MLCs, we will take all the MLAs, we will take all the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha MPs, all of them along with me will be going to Delhi on Tuesday, and on Wednesday we will be staging a dharna there as a symbolic protest, showcasing the atrocities which are taking place in Andhra Pradesh. That also we will be doing.
So you're talking about how the state has come to a standstill, a state of unrest. The BJP here in the state is silent on this. The BJP, the centre, has yet to talk about this kind of crisis that is happening, like you mentioned, in Andhra Pradesh. What do you have to say on the BJP's silence?
That's exactly what. They should be ashamed of what they're doing. I mean, how can they be? How can they not be a party to this? I mean, if they are not party to this, then their action should be swift. They should order for a central government agency inquiry into this. They would have to stop this. Otherwise, why is it not a fit case for president rule? When this is the
demand president rule.
Yes, this is a fit case for president rule. Why should just because this man is part of NDA, does it remove him, or does it give him some kind of an immunity to do these kind of things? Not so. In fact, it is more so that these people should be concerned about such incidents and try to make sure that law and order is prevalent. The BJP is equally responsible. They should take note of this, and if at all they are not responsible, then they would have to come forward and showcase that stringent action has been taken. So all the more reason that these people come out openly and protest and literally stop these kind of incidents from taking place.
So you have been the YSRCP. You are the YSRCP chief. You've been the former chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. What is your message to the current chief minister? Given, like you mentioned, last 45 days there have been crimes that have been completely going haywire in Andhra Pradesh.
Last 45 days, these kind of incidents, as I've told you, 31 murders have taken place. More than 300 36 murders have taken place, according to whatever the latest report is. And more than 300 and odd attempt to murder cases, more than 1,059 arson cases, more than 590 properties destroyed. And this is what this government is currently doing. So my message to this government is, today a situation is so bad in the state that these people think that they are supporting the Telugu Party cadre. In fact, the worst part is these people themselves have come up with a red book. Chandrababu Naidu's son himself has literally showcased a red book, which has got names of all the officers, names of all the people whom these people want to go on vengeance with. And literally this book with Lokesh holding that book was actually put on hoardings, literally sending a message to the police that this is what we are going to do, you people should remain silent. This is exactly what is happening. And it's become so worse that now the system is no longer in police control. Everybody is now exploiting the current situation and trying to kill people, trying to take their personal vengeance at every level, from village level to state level, every level. That is the reason why why the law and order is deteriorated. You no longer have control over police here. Police are no longer literally neutral here. And so slowly a situation has come in place where police are not even taking any cases on any attempts done on anybody. This is the situation. Slowly you get to a stage where law and order totally collapses.
You call for a president rule?
I would. In fact, I would demand for that. In fact, that is the reason why I would definitely ask for it. And these kind of things would have to stop immediately.
Thank you so much,
భారత యోగన్ కొంచెం Learn OpenCV in 3 hours. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn everything required to get you started with OpenCV in Python. We will be using Python since it is one of the most popular programming languages and it has opened up numerous job opportunities in various sectors. We will start from the installation process right up to creating exciting projects such as detecting colors, shapes, humans, and even vehicle number plates. So if you are a beginner, don't worry, this course is for you. We will skip all the boring theory stuff and focus on the practical implementation, so you can get the computer vision skill set you have always wanted in your CV. By the end of the course, you will become familiar with the core principles of OpenCV and apply different techniques to solve real-world problems using computer vision. If you'd like to learn more about such projects, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell as I upload videos on a weekly basis. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we begin, let's look at the structure of the course. We will start with introduction to images, then perform the required installations. Then we will learn to read images, videos and webcams, along with some basic must-know OpenCV functions. Later we will learn to resize and crop images. Then we will draw different shapes and text on images. From there we will get into some more advanced topics such as word perspective, joining images, color detection, contour detection, and even face detection. After we have understood the fundamentals, we will create 3 different projects using these core principles. These projects will include virtual paint, paper scanner, and the number plate detector. So let's start with introduction to images. So what are images made of? Let's say I wanted to display the number 3. I will take an array of boxes where each box could be filled or empty. So to write the number 3, we would color a few boxes to create that shape. Now some boxes are white in color, whereas some are black. We can denote all the black boxes as 0 and all the white boxes as 1. In this example, we have 10 by 10 boxes. If we wanted more detail, we can increase the number of boxes. In reality, these boxes are pixels. You would have heard of VGA, HD, Full HD, and 4K. All of these represent a fixed number of pixels. For example, VGA is 640 by 480. HD is 1280 by 720. This means VGA has 640 boxes in the width and 480 boxes or pixels in the height. Currently, the image we drew has only 2 colors, black and white. This is known as a binary image. In order to get more detail, we can have an image with more levels. This would mean instead of having only 0 and 1, we will have a range of values. Here we can see the difference between 2, 6 and 16 levels or shades of gray. But still the image is not very clear. So we will be using an 8-bit value. This will give us a resolution of 256, where 0 will be black and 255 will be white. This means we now have 254 colors between white and black. In other words, we have 254 shades of gray. This image is now known as a grayscale image. For a colored image, we have 3 grayscale images representing the intensities of red, green and blue. In short, RGB. Adding these images together gives us a full color image. This means a colored VGA image is 640 by 480 by 3. So let's start with the installations. First we will go to python.org and we will go to the downloads section. Here we are not going to download the latest version, instead we are going to download 3.7.6 as this works well with OpenCV. So we will click on download and then we will head on to the Windows version. Now if you have Mac, you can download the Mac version as well. Once the download is complete, we will install. Make sure to add Python 3.7 to the path. So once the installation is done, we will close the dialog and head on to PyCharm. Now PyCharm is the IDE that we will be using to edit our code. So it is a code editor that will allow us to write our code, but it has a lot of functionalities which will help us in the coding process. So we will head on to its download section and we will download the community version as it is free. Once the download is complete, we will run the installation file. Here we will associate the .py files to PyCharm, and we will also add launchers directly to the path. Next we will restart the computer and run PyCharm. So now we are going to create our new project. Here, before we start the project, we will look into the project interpreter. Now this has to be 3.7. So if it's automatically detected, then we are good to go. So let's write down OpenCV Python and hit create. So now this is the PyCharm environment. Over here we have the area where we will write the code, and on the left hand side we have the project files and the project folders. So if we open up our folder, we only have the environment, the virtual environment that was created. Now we need to install libraries or packages in these in this environment. So we will go to File, Settings, Project Interpreter, and here we will add and search. Now we will write OpenCV, and here we have OpenCV Python. So we will click on Install Package. So once the installation is done, we will close this, hit OK, and now we will create our first Python file. So we will right click on our project, we will go to New, and we will create a Python file. Here we will say chapter 1. Now as you can see in our project, we have the chapter1.py file, and here is where we can write our code. So let's import our OpenCV package. So we will write import and then CV2. CV2 stands for computer vision. Then we will print package imported. Now if everything runs fine, this should output package imported. So we will right click on the chapter 1 and we will press run. So now in the console we can see the package imported message has been sent. This means that our package is successfully imported, and now we can proceed further. So the first thing we will learn is how to read images, videos and webcam. So in order to read images, we have a function by the name IMRead. So let's start by declaring the variable in which we will store